Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, another IPA. This one's Slam Poet by Gusto Brewing Company. Check it out. Hi everybody, my name is Rich and welcome to End of the Day Beer Review. And you know, I've been trying to explore a little bit more of the beers out there, and today I'm looking at another IPA. Now, I've said it before on the channel, I am not an IPA person, and I started to think about, after a conversation I had, why? Maybe I'm just not giving them a fair shot. Maybe it's my palate, but I figure, you know what, let me try a few more IPAs and see if I can figure out what everybody else likes about it. So I'm going with an IPA from Gusto Brewing Company, which, to be honest, is one of my favorite breweries out there. This one is down in North Cape May, New Jersey. And just so you all know, I just took a trip down there, picked up a bunch of stuff, and had a great time talking to Zach, one of the two gentlemen who own and run Gusto. And I did a little interview with him, and that's going to be up on the channel pretty soon, as soon as I can edit it, really. But today we're going to be looking at Slam Poet, and according to the Gusto website, it is our soft and bright OG American IPA brewed with pale malt, honey malt, and a healthy heap of flaked oats, hopped all around with Citra and Azacca, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong. Its balanced opulence invokes hushed tones of dewy tropical produce and sticky nuggets. And this is a 5.8 ABV. Now, this goes against just about everything that I normally drink. It's a little bit of a lower IPA, a little bit lower ABV than I'm used to. And it is an IPA. So let's crack it open. Now, I will say this. It's something I've noticed with a few of the IPAs now that people have gotten me to try. The aroma that comes out of the can is immediate. I'm getting some citrus notes to it, and you know, normally I'm a little dismissive of those citrus notes, and it just, all I normally taste is grapefruit, and I'm hoping that's not going to be the case here. Let's see how this one pours. And as you can see, I'm probably committing some sort of beer sin here, pouring an IPA into a Guinness glass. But it's got a nice golden, almost honey color to it, is what I'm saying. About a finger's worth of white head to it. And it's definitely got a pretty good nose to it. I'm even without putting my nose to the glass, I'm definitely getting sort of that citrus aroma. If I do put my nose to the glass, I'm getting, you know, it's not grapefruit. I'm getting more of it's definitely citrus, but it's not grapefruit, which I'm normally not a fan of. I'm getting more of an orangey type of aroma. Definitely picking up some of the hops there, which is quite frankly normally what turns me off to an IPA. In fact, IPAs in general, to me it's a little bit too bitter. It's a little bit too much grapefruit, but I'm sort of pleased that there's not an enormous amount of grapefruit coming to it. I'm getting a citrus note to it. I'm getting a very fruity note to the actual, to the nose as I go through this. There's something else I can't quite, I don't want to say pineapple, but it's something in that family that I'm getting. Some sort of like weirdly tropical aroma that I just can't quite identify. So let's see, most important thing, what does it taste like? And again, you can see definitely a nice sort of orangey yellow color to it, a little bit milky. But the most important thing, and again, remember, I could be limited here because I'm not an IPA person and I'm trying to expand on this. Let's see. Oh, forgot. Some good lacing on the glass. You know, I wouldn't expect a massive amount of legs because this is only about 5.8 on the ABV. Let's give it a try. You know, this is interesting. It's not bitter. which is nice. I'm not being overwhelmed by hops, which is normally the first thing that turns me off to an IPA. And it's not that I don't like bitter, I do, but I like bitter more along the lines of that sort of bitterness you get with a stout. This is not overly hopped, so I'm not getting killed by the hops. It's not immediately turning me off to this. I'm definitely getting the citrus. I feel like it's more orange, maybe some pineapple. It's definitely, they're right in the description. It's definitely more tropical. There's a little bit of bitterness there, but it's not overwhelming. This IPA is actually quite nice. It's sort of crisp. The carbonation is spot on, because as it goes down, it's sort of bursting through, and I'm getting that really good aroma. Again, not too bitter. There's some there, but it's not the overwhelming, you know, sort of profile of this. What I'm getting is a good amount of fruit. And again, to me, I'm getting a bit of sort of a mix of orange and pineapple. It's not that grapefruit flavor that I normally get. There's something else there. I don't want to say honey, but there's definitely some sweetness to this. But it's not a sugary sweetness. It's sort of that muted natural sweetness that you get with like a honey or an agave. Yeah, to me, this is very drinkable. This is something that I would consider, you know, without even a thought of trying out, you know, and drinking another one. Now, you know, is it going to be my go-to? Probably not, because again, it's not exactly the style of beer I like. I used to say if I could see through it, I wouldn't drink it. And in this case, I can't see through it, which is a good sign. And I would definitely drink this again. You know, I'm gonna say it outright. Just about everything I've tried from Gusto has been fantastic. And it's a small brewery, and you do, if you're in New York, have to travel to get there, because New Jersey has these laws that do not allow the beers to be shipped. If I was in the Cape May area, I wouldn't hesitate to go down to Gusto, and I also wouldn't hesitate to get a 4-pack of Slam Poet. This is a really, really solid offering. And you know, if you are an IPA person, maybe you'd have a different opinion of this, but as someone who's trying to understand the IPA market, and you know, like when my friends talk about IPAs, they talk about them passionately, and quite frankly, I've been dismissive of all of that, you know, thinking it was just sort of the hype that goes along with a style. But this is very enjoyable. Again, would it replace, you know, if I had this on a menu or a stout by Gusto, which one would I go with? I would go with the stout, because I really enjoy sort of that malty, you know, coffee-ish, chocolatey type of flavor that a stout offers. But that's sort of heavy. Like, I could see this as a summertime beer. I could definitely see this with a burger and fries also, you know, as opposed to, you know, sort of the heaviness of what would normally be a stout. So again, if you're down in North Cape May, I definitely recommend that you check out Gusto Brewing Company and try Slam Poet. Slam Poet, if you're not a stout person, you know, this may be something that sort of gets you into it. Now, I did, what was that, double IPA in the last video, and or maybe it was 2 videos ago. It depends on how this video goes out. And I have to say, you know, like, the genre of IPAs is not out of my reach. And I'm going to keep on trying them just because I want to know what all the hype is about. You know, do I ever think they're going to replace my love of stouts and porters? No, I don't. But does that mean that I won't be able to appreciate them? I think the more I try, the more I will be able to appreciate the nuances that go into this. So again, this is Slam Poet by Gusto Brewing. This is 5.8% alcohol. And you know, if you're down in North Cape May, I really recommend that you check out Gusto Brewing and Slam Poet as an IPA. I'm going to try a couple more of their IPAs. I picked them up while I was down there. And keep an eye out for that interview with Zach from Gusto Brewing also. Interesting conversation we had about beer. And I'm going to sit down and finish this off. You all have a good day.